Okay, so today's lesson objective, students solve inequalities by multiplying or dividing. So far we've been doing adding and subtracting, and today we're going to practice it with multiplying and dividing. So it still works the same as it did with equations. You're just going to do the opposite of what's being done to the variable. So 7x means 7 times x, right? And so the opposite of multiplication is, what is it, everybody? Division, right. So we're going to divide both sides by 7. And then when I do that, I get that x is greater than -6. And so to graph it, I'll make my number line, and we're going to have an open circle. Is this one going to go to the left or the right? It should be going to the right. It's the numbers that are getting larger. Okay. Any questions on what I did? All right, then you guys get to do this one on your whiteboards. 8x is less than -24. Okay, so most of you guys are getting it right, but a couple of you had a slight oversight. Okay, a couple of you had a slight oversight. When you divide both sides by 8, whoops, get my pen back. You get that x is less than what? -3. A couple of you guys forgot the negative sign, so that's why you didn't have it right. And so when you graph it, you're going to have your open circle on -3, and this time it's going to the left. All right, this next one's for your notes again. Now I've got 2.4 is less than or equal to m over 3. So the m is being divided by 3, and the opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to now multiply both sides by 3. And if you need to write it 3 over 1 so that you can see it better, that's okay, but you don't have to. All right, so 3 times 2.4 comes out to 7.2 is less than or equal to m. Okay, so 3's cancel out over here. Now, when you have the variable on the right side, sometimes you can make mistakes graphing it, so you should flip it back over so the variable is on the left side. So if 7.2 is less than or equal to m, that means that m is greater than or equal to 7.2. So, like I said, it's a good idea to write it so that the variable is on the left, and that way you're more likely to graph it correctly. All right, so I've got 7 and 8, and 7.2 is going to be about there. Is this one going to be an open or a closed circle? This one should be closed, and am I going left or right? I'm going to the right. So you might have been tempted to have it go the other way if you didn't rearrange the equation first. All right, so this next one is for you to do on your whiteboards. Go ahead and do that one and graph it. Okay, so it looks like most of you are doing it correctly. You had to multiply both sides times 5. And so the 5's cancel out on that side. And you get x is greater than 20. And again, this is an open circle, and we would be going to the right. Okay, one more for your notes, and then you guys are going to be able to start on your homework. All right, so example 3. 3/4 r is less than 12. Okay, so how do we get rid of a fraction? Multiply by the what, everybody? Reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 3/4 would be 4/3. Everything cancels out on that side, and 3 goes into 12 how many times? There's 2 people out there that know how many times 3 goes into 12? 4 times, yes. Okay. All right, and so then our answer is that R is less than 16. And so is this an open or a closed circle? Open, and it's going to the left. All right, on your whiteboards, show me you know how to do this, and then you'll be able to start on your homework. Okay, so you multiplied both sides by 3 over 2. And 2 goes into 14 7 times. Don't forget to do the 7 times 3 is 21. And so this one, is this one going left or right?
Right.
Yes, it's going to the right. And it's a closed circle. All right. Thank you.